Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Got a couple things to talk about today. First thing we're going to talk about, Indianapolis mass shooting leaves 2 dead, several others wounded. Also, I have some new information, something I missed in the decode yesterday on the Texas flooding. And then we have a couple celebrity deaths to talk about. So it shouldn't be a real long show, but lots of information today. You see how we're looking here on the screen. All right, we're looking good. Hope you guys are having a great day. And check in with the chat. Hey Bonnie, hey Leslie, hey Jacob, hey Mom, hey Susan. Much love, everyone. Guys, do me a favor when you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. So yeah, long story short, I actually I put out a video on this, what I'm about to share with you right now on this Indianapolis mass shooting. I didn't plan on going live today, but I put out a video, and then after I put it out, I realized that I had missed something big. And of course, I was kicking myself, and I said, well, you know what? I got some other stuff to cover. Let's just go live. So here we are. But yeah, if you watched the video, which was up for about 10 minutes, if you were wondering where it went, I deleted it so we could just cover it live. All right. Hey Claudia, much love. And guys, please hit that like button. Very much appreciated. All right, here we go. All right, guys, just give me a second to get all set up, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right. Here we go, guys. Indianapolis mass shooting leaves 2 dead, several others wounded. This article from today, July 5th. Let me just make sure I got my brightness turned up. Yep, we're good. All right. It's a little bit cloudy outside, so it looks a little darker in here today. Indianapolis mass shooting leaves 2 dead, several others wounded. This article from today, July 5th. All right, guys. We're going to break this down all by the numbers using gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. So the first thing I want to point out, we get this news out of Indianapolis on July 5th. That's 7-5, right? Well, in gematria, Indianapolis equals 75. So what are the odds, right? Perfect day for news out of Indianapolis on 7-5 when Indianapolis equals 75. Now also, today is 75 days after the head of the Catholic Church died, Pope Francis, right? And notice in gematria, Catholic Church equals 75 in the same cipher as Indianapolis. So Indianapolis equals 75. We get this news on 7/5, 75 days after the head of the Catholic Church died. And Catholic Church equals 75. All right, well, here's where it gets real crazy and real undeniable. So, the head of the Catholic Church that I'm talking about, that died 75 days ago, that's Pope Francis, right? And this happened in Indianapolis, which equals 201. Well, look at the full name of Pope Francis, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201, right? Well, what if I told you we get this news today 201 days after Pope Francis's birthday? How about that? Now, we're just getting started, but already this is pretty crazy, right? Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church, right? Catholic Church 75, Indianapolis 75 in the same cipher. Today is 75 days after Pope Francis died. This is in Indianapolis, 201. The Pope's full name, 201. Today is 201 days from Pope Francis's birthday, okay? And remember how big that number is with Pope Francis. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201. See down here? Pope Francis lived in suite number 201. Wow. At the Domus Sanctae Martyr, which equals 201. Catholic Pope, 201. Ignatius of Loyola, 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit Order. The Jesuit Order, 201. Don't forget, the Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday. And Pope Francis died 201 days from the death anniversary of St. Francis of Assisi, who he got his name from. All right, don't forget Event 201, William Henry Gates 201. We had Preparing for Disease X, 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic and 201 days from Obama's birthday. The Son of Perdition, Barack Hussein Obama 201, That Old Serpent 201. Event 201 was on 10:18, like Luke 10:18. I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Barack means lightning, bomb of the heights. But anyways, we're talking about the Pope here. I mean, you can't tell me this is all a coincidence. His name, 201, lived in suite 201 of the Domus Sanctae Martyr, 201. Catholic Pope, 201. The founder of the Jesuit Order, Ignatius of Loyola, 201. The Jesuit Order, 201. The Guidestones down 201 days from the Pope's birthday. And Pope Francis died 201 days from the death anniversary of St. Francis of Assisi, who he got his name from, right? So you're telling me we get this news in Indianapolis, which equals 201, like the Pope's full name, 201, and it's 201 days from his birthday. And again, it's 75 days after he died on 7/5, Indianapolis 75, Catholic Church 75. Well, if you think that's a coincidence, today is 165 days before his birthday, and look at that, mass shooting equals 165. Wow. Now, just in case you thought my connection to Pope Francis was a coincidence, look at this. This happened in Indianapolis, Indiana, which equals 175 and 122, like Pope Francis is 175 and 122. Now, I need everybody to hit the like button because what I just showed you is mathematically impossible to line up so perfectly. All right, we got 30 watching and 15 likes. We need to have 30 likes right now. All right, it helps the algorithm, helps more people find the video, and yeah, there's no reason to not hit the like button. All right, I mean that's pretty undeniable stuff in my opinion. Downtown Indianapolis mass shooting 175, Indianapolis, Indiana 175, Pope Francis 175. Indiana 3447, Francis 3447, Indiana 52, Pope 52. How about the new Pope? Pope Leo the 14th. Today is 58 days after he became the Pope on 5/8. And Pope Leo equals 58. Remember, he became the Pope on 5/8. Well, Pope Francis is also 58. And Joseph Hogsett is 58. Who's that? That's the mayor of Indianapolis. Look, Pope Francis is 59 and 58. This is the mayor of Indianapolis, 59 and 58. And I'll show you how it connects to him more in a second. But yeah, if you include the end date, you could say today is 59 days after the Pope became the Pope, right? So you got the 58 and the 59. Like Pope Francis and Joseph Hogsett, they're both 58 and 59 in the same ciphers. So back to Joseph Hogsett, the mayor. Today is 246 days from the mayor's birthday. Indiana shooting 246, Catholic Church 246 in the same cipher. And I'm connecting this to the former head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis. And it's 103 days from the governor's birthday. The Vatican 103, Jesuits 103. And they're saying 7 shot, 2 killed, kind of like 72. Jesuit order equals 72. This happened in downtown Indianapolis, which is 109. Happened on a Saturday, which is 109. Gunfire 109 and shooting 109. Saturday is also 107, like shooting is 107. We get this news on a day with 37 date numerology. 7 plus 5 plus 25 is 37. Shooter, gunfire, and shooting, they're all 37. And this happened on West Market Street, which is 222, like order out of chaos, 222. Now, for the Texas flooding, trust me, I was kicking myself all night when I realized that I missed this big part here. So I told you guys all the headlines were using this word catastrophic, which equaled 74, and we got the news on 7/4, right? On Independence Day, which equals 74. But anyways, here's the big part that I missed, and this is really pretty much it for the new information, except I do have a date duration at the end, which is also not a date duration, a date numerology at the end, which is some new information also. But look at this, guys. Fatalities confirmed in Central Texas flooding. That's the big part that I missed. This happened in Central Texas, which equals 74, in the same cipher as catastrophic. Okay? So if you thought, it was all a coincidence yesterday, there's a little bit more confirmation that this was by the numbers. So yeah, guys, this happened on 7/4. All the headlines said catastrophic, which is 74, and it happened in Central Texas, which equals 74. And it happened on Independence Day, 74. And the mayor of Kerrville that's where this happened, in Kerrville. The mayor is Joe Herring Jr., 74, and it happened 74 days after the Pope died. And we're going to make the Catholic Jesuit connection in a second. Also, Holiday 74, Masonic 74, and Killing 74. But yeah, how about that? Catastrophic 74, Central Texas 74 on 7/4. And it was the Guadalupe River that we're talking about. Guadalupe River 70, Independence Day 70, Joe Herring Jr. 70, climate change 70. Flash flooding on Independence Day, flash flooding 128, Independence Day 128. I'm just giving you guys the key points here. This happened with 180 days left in the year, flash floods 180. 4th of July 177, weather control 177, the Jesuit order 177. Don't forget, weather control is a perfect match to the Jesuit order in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Let me show you that real quick. The Jesuit order. Weather control. Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. There you go. Weather control is a perfect match to the Jesuit order in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers, but the big one, the 177, because it was on 4th of July, 177, right? So the leader of the Jesuits is Arturo Sosa. This happened 131 days before his birthday, and it happened in Kerrville, which is 131. How about that? Like Pope Leo the 14th is 131 in the same cipher as Kerrville. And it happened 57 days after the Pope became the Pope. Kerr County, see this happened in Kerr County, right? Which is 57, 4th of July. 57 in the same cipher, 57 days after the Pope became the Pope. And here's some more new information I missed in the live stream. This happened on a day with 20 date numerology. 7 plus 4 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 20, like flood is 20. And death also has the 20. All right, guys, that's it for the first part, but don't go away yet. I got 2 more decodes to show you. But if anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I'm not monetized by YouTube. So thank you so much to everyone who does support. Very much appreciated. All right, we'll come back to this for anyone who came in late. But yeah. This right here is an undeniable decode. We'll save that for last. I know most people didn't watch this because most people on my channel don't care about dead rappers, but it's an undeniable decode connected to Tupac. But here, we'll do this one real quick. Let me see. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it. We talked about everything else yesterday. Okay. Julian McMahon dies. Nip Tuck, Fantastic Four, FBI Most Wanted star was 56. And we got this news on July 4th. Alright, so we got this news on 7/4. He was in FBI Most Wanted, which equals 74. On Independence Day, we got this news, 74. Masonic and Killing, 74. He died in Clearwater, Florida, which is just down the road from me. Clearwater, 43, Florida, 43, Freemasons, 43, Masonic, 43, Killing, 43. We got this news on a day with 56 date numerology, 7 plus 4 plus 20 plus 25, 56. Like Freemasons, 56, Masonic Ritual, 56, Society of Jesus, 56. That's the Jesuits. Julian McMahon dies equals 72, and he actually died on 7/2, July 2nd. And in FBI Most Wanted, he played Jess LaCroix, which equals 72, the day he died on, like Jesuit Order, 72. Fantastic Four, 153, Jesuit Order, 153, and he died on 7/2, which had date numerology of 54. Like Fantastic Four, 54, and Jesuit Order, 54. 7 plus 2 plus 20 plus 25 equals 54. Fantastic Four, 54, Jesuit Order, 54. Fantastic Four is a perfect match to the Illuminati in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Fantastic Four, 153, 198, 81. The Illuminati, 153, 198, 81. And we got this news on July 4th, his birthday, July 27th. So we got the news 3 weeks and 3 days before his birthday. Actor, 33, Masonry, 33. The highest degree of the Scottish Rite, the 33rd degree. He played Dr. Christian Troy on Nip Tuck. Dr. Christian Troy, 201-84, like the Jesuit Order, 201-84. And FBI Most Wanted came out January 7th, 2020, so he died 177 days from the anniversary of that show, like the Jesuit Order 177, and we got the news on 4th of July, which is 177, and then the real big Jesuit connection here. The leader of the Jesuits is Arturo Sosa, and he died 233 days after Arturo Sosa's birthday. His full name, Julian Dana William McMahon, 233, and he died 134 days before Arturo Sosa's birthday. Julian McMahon is 134. So it perfectly connects to the Jesuits. The full name, 233, 233 days after the leader of the Jesuits' birthday, and then his first and last name, Julian McMahon, 134, 134 days before the leader of the Jesuits' birthday. Julian McMahon equals 73. We also got this news 73 days before the Pope's birthday. And ritual sacrifice is 73, and sacrifice is 73. And they're saying he died from cancer, which equals 44, like kill is 44. And he died 25 days before his birthday. Death equals 25. And he's also in Charmed, which is 34, like murder 34. And then Charmed is also 38. He died in Florida, 38, killing 38, murder 38, death 38. The Murder by Numbers movie poster, the E is changed to a 3, the B is changed to an 8, right? He played Victor Von Doom in the Fantastic Four. Victor Von Doom, 67. Julian, 67. McMahon, 67. Human Sacrifice and Blood Sacrifice, 67. And then Victor Von Doom is 185. We got this news on day number 185 of the year. And he died 340 days after his birthday. Nip Tuck equals 340. Julian McMahon dies 171, 288, and he died in Clearwater, Florida, which is 171 and 288 in the same ciphers. All right. And for the video that most people did not watch, 2 reasons. I put this video out right after midnight, so a lot of you probably missed it. And also, I know most people on this channel don't care about rappers, but it's an undeniable ritual. So here we go. Young Noble dies. Rapper and member of Tupac's Outlaws group was 47. We got this news on July 4th, 7/4. All right, look how perfectly this lines up. Young Noble dies. Rapper and member of Tupac's Outlaws group was 47. So Tupac equals 74. We got this news when? On 7/4, right? And Tupac also went by the name Machiavelli, which equals 74. And this guy was a rapper, which equals 74. I mean, wow. Tupac, Machiavelli, rapper, they're all 74. And this rapper who was with Tupac dies on 7/4. What are the odds of that? And it happened on Independence Day, 74. Like killing and Masonic, 74. And speaking of Masonic, you're going to see a lot of connections to Freemasonry here. So his first and last name is Rufus Cooper, which equals 58. Tupac Amaru Shakur, 58. The Freemasons, 58. Freemasonry, 58. Rufus Cooper, 58, 59. Freemasonry, 58, 59. Tupac Shakur, 139, 158. Freemasonry, 139, 158. He died 105 days after his birthday. Masonry is 105. He died 28 years after Tupac died. Outlaws, the name of the group, 28. Killed 28. Mason, 28. He died 42 weeks from Tupac's death anniversary. Freemason equals 42. He died on a day with 56 date numerology. 7 plus 4 plus 20 plus 25, 56. Masonic ritual 56. Freemasons 56. He died in Atlanta. Atlanta 48. Freemason 48. He died in Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia is 62. Mason 62. Sacrifice 62. He died on the 4th of July, which is 147, like Freemason, 147. And he died allegedly by Suicide, which I crossed out one letter so I wouldn't get a strike on Facebook. But anyways, they're saying he's dead from Suicide at the age of 47. Well, that word equals 47. What are the odds of that? And here's Tupac's real name, Lassane Crooks, which equals 47. And in Freemasonry, the number 47 is strongly linked to the 47th problem of Euclid, a fundamental concept in geometry. Rufus Lee Cooper, 73. Ritual Sacrifice, 73. Sacrifice, 73. And Mason, 73. He died 18 days from Tupac's birthday. Tupac equals 18. And the real name of Tupac, Lassane Crooks, equals 70. He died on Independence Day, which equals 70 in the same cipher. Rufus Cooper III, 86, like human sacrifice and blood sacrifice, 86. And remember, to 86, someone means to get rid of them. Rufus Lee Cooper III, 206, like sacrifice, 206. He went by Young Noble, which is 130, like human sacrifice is 130. And the member of Outlaws died 71 days before Tupac's death anniversary. Outlaw 71, and his name Rufus Lee Cooper, 71. But yeah, that's a lot to be a coincidence, especially the 74s, right? I mean, it'd be one thing if it was just a rapper dead on 7-4, when rapper is 74, but to have the connection to Tupac, which is also 74, who went by the name Machiavelli 74, I mean, I don't think it gets very more obvious than that one. You know, with all the connections to Freemasonry, you know, 74, Masonic is 74, and Tupac Shakur equals Freemasonry, and Rufus Cooper equals Freemasonry. I mean, 28 years after Tupac died, Outlaw's 28. And then he's got the 47 connection, big number in Freemasonry, dead by Suicide at the age of 47. I mean, pretty undeniable. All right, let's go back to this for anyone that came in late, and then we'll wrap it up. Indianapolis mass shooting leaves 2 dead, several others wounded. We get this news on 7/5. So, believe it or not, this is connected to Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church, who died 75 days ago. All right? So, long story short, guys, we get this news in Indianapolis on 7/5, right? Indianapolis equals 75. Catholic Church equals 75 in the same cipher. The head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, died 75 days ago, right? Well, this happened in Indianapolis, which is also 201. And today is 201 days after Pope Francis's birthday. Wow. And his full name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201. Remember, he lived in suite number 201 at the Domus Sancti Marte, 201. Catholic Pope, 201. Ignatius of Loyola, 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit Order, 201. The Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday, and Pope Francis died 201 days from the death anniversary of St. Francis of Assisi, who he got his name from, right? So on top of the 201 and the 75 connection to Pope Francis, today is 165 days before Pope Francis's birthday, and mass shooting is 165. And on top of that, Indianapolis, Indiana is 175 and 122, like Pope Francis is 175 and 122. Downtown Indianapolis mass shooting 175, Indianapolis, Indiana 175, Pope Francis 175. Indiana is 34 and 47, like Francis is 34, 47, and Indiana is 52, like Pope 52. And Pope Leo became the Pope on 5/8, right? See how Pope Leo the 14th equals 58 became the Pope on 5/8, replacing Pope Francis, which equals 58. Well, today's 58 days after he became the Pope, or including the end date, you could say 59 days. So you got the 58, 59, like Pope Francis is 58 and 59. Same with Joseph Hogsett is 58, 59. Who's that? That's the mayor of Indianapolis. How about that? And speaking of the mayor, today's 246 days from the mayor's birthday. Indiana shooting 246, Catholic Church 246 in the same cipher. And it's 103 days from the governor's birthday, the Vatican 103, Jesuits 103. 7 shot, 2 killed, kind of like Jesuit order, equals 72. Downtown Indianapolis 109, Saturday 109, gunfire 109, shooting 109. Saturday is also 107, like shooting is 107. On a day with 37 date numerology, 7 plus 5 plus 25, 37, like shooter, gunfire, and shooting, they're all 37. Happened on West Market Street, 222, like order out of chaos, 222. And then some new information on the Texas flooding. One thing I missed yesterday, this happened on 7/4. I pointed out that all the headlines were saying catastrophic, which equals 74. But the big thing I missed, it happened in Central Texas, which equals 74. Wow, on 7/4. So Central Texas, 74, catastrophic, 74, on 7/4, Independence Day, 74. The mayor of Kerrville is Joe Herring Jr., 74, also happened 74 days after the Pope died. Holiday, Masonic, and killing, they're all 74. Guadalupe River, 70, Independence Day, 70, Joe Herring Jr., 70, climate change, 70, flash flooding, 128, Independence Day, 128, 180 days left in the year, flash floods equals 180, 4th of July, 177, weather control, 177, the Jesuit order, 177, weather control is a perfect match to the Jesuit order and 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Happened 131 days before the leader of the Jesuits' birthday, happened in Kerrville, 131, like Pope Leo the 14th is 131 in the same cipher. And it happened 57 days after the Pope became the Pope, and it happened in Kerr County, which is 57, like 4th of July, 57. And it happened on a day with 20 date numerology, flood 20, death 20. All right, guys, that is it. If anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I am not monetized by YouTube. So any support, very much appreciated, and thank you so much to everyone who does support. But yeah, how about those connections to Pope Francis? Pretty crazy, huh? The 75, the 201, the 15, Indianapolis, Indiana equals Pope Francis. Pretty crazy how it lines up. I mean, not too many cities have the 201, right? I mean, what are the odds? I mean, if you just use your brain, for all that to line up so perfectly, it's just impossible to be a coincidence. All right, let's turn this around. All right, guys, let me check in with the chat. Hello to Jacob, Bonnie, Lorna, Briar, Katie, Flat Earth Warriors, thank you guys for hanging out today. Hey, Claudia. Hey, Warning Signs. Hey, Raymond. All right, guys. Well, that's what I got for you. Again, I wasn't planning on going live, but I put out the video and I missed some stuff, so I just said, you know what? I'm going to delete the video and just go live. So that's what we did. We're all caught up now. I'm honestly hoping the news kind of slows down because I'm worn out. I've been decoding back to back to back for several days now. Like, yeah, I need a break. But obviously I don't really take breaks. Well, sometimes. You guys know a couple months ago I had to take a break. I was having a mental breakdown. But and before in the past I've taken some breaks, but I try not to take days off, you know. But it would be nice if it kind of slowed down a little bit, because it's been just one ritual after another. So we'll see what happens. It is what it is. Watch, I'll probably get off. There'll be some big breaking news right now I got to cover. So we'll see. Yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you for hanging out today. Thank you for being part of the channel. Do me a favor on the way out. Please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. All right, guys. As always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Oh, one more thing. When I get done, please leave a comment on the video to help the algorithm. So anything you could say, very much appreciated. But yeah, that goes a long way. So keep looking up, guys. Jesus is coming soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.